Calaroga Shark Media.
I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. Nice job by a magnet fisherman. He was cleaning up the local river. He'd been out in the rain for a couple hours, and then they locked onto something, and he asked his friend, "What do you think it is?" And his friend said, "Looks like a sword." He wrote on Facebook, "Possibly medieval sword. Whatever era it is, it's definitely over 250 years old." So we'll get back to that. So what is magnet fishing? Well, a strong magnet gets attached to a rope, you lower it into a stream or river, and you try to attract metallic objects. The Smithsonian Institute warns you this can be dangerous. Sometimes you might catch a live grenade, so don't do this. Anyway, the experts checked out the sword. It dated back to the 8th or 9th century and almost certainly belonged to a Danish warrior. The fisherman told the local paper, "It's the oldest thing found in this county, magnet fishing. There was a little dispute with the landowner and the river's trust, who don't permit magnet fishing. The latter sent a legal document saying they wouldn't take action on the condition the sword was passed to a museum," which I had done. Good news out of the bug house at the Houston Zoo. A female jumping stick, that is an insect that looks like a stick, was going through molt. That's the process by which the bugs shed their exoskeletons and grow new ones. However, when this female finished, the zookeepers noticed a crease had developed between her thorax and head in an area without a joint. This neck-like spot was so weak that when the jumping stick attempted to climb up trees, her head flopped almost all the way back on itself. So what did the vets do? They made a neck brace. They used the rod of a sterilized Q-tip and some tape, and they braced her head and thorax, which allowed the crease to heal. Spokesperson at the zoo says whether it's a mammal, reptile, bird, or even insect, all of our animals receive extraordinary care. Nice job by Wolfgang Van Halen. You may know him, or you'd probably know his father, Eddie Van Halen. Wolfgang has donated $100,000 to launch a special program to support public schools to acquire instruments for their music programs. Working with the Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation, I know that was important to Eddie, Wolfgang has launched the Adopt a School campaign, which connects qualifying schools across the nation in need of musical instruments with donors interested in supporting music education within a community of their choice. Wolfgang said, "Music has been a huge part of my life." That's an understatement. "And it's our family's great pleasure to help support music education programs and bring the gift of music to students across the country. Music education has proved to be a huge contributor towards a student's success in school and in life." Nice job, Wolfgang. Good news if you like the super bloom. Drenching rains and record snowfall throughout California's winter season has carried on. This year's super bloom promises to be similar to last year's. We won't know for certain until April, when peak blooming tends to occur. But Evan Meyer, who's a botanist and the executive director of the Theodore Payne Foundation, said it's definitely looking like it's going to be a good season. All right, Dad messed up. Jake threw away his daughter's favorite stuffed animal by mistake. It happens. Actually, it doesn't happen. Come on, Jake, step this up. Cupcake is a floppy-eared dog. His daughter Charlotte received it when she was 4. She's now a grown woman, but Cupcake, man. I get it. Dad was talking to the daughter and was like, "Hey, what are you looking for?" And she says, "Cupcake." Dad says, somewhere in the back of my head, I was like, "Is that the stuffed animal I just took to the dump?" Oops. Mom put out a post on Facebook asking if anyone was available to open the dump for them. A local official saw it and took care of it. On a rainy Thursday morning, they began searching through trash compactors that had smushed the waste bags so thoroughly that they had to use a backhoe to loosen up the garbage enough so they could use their hands. Now, this show's called 5 Good News Stories. I'm not going to be like, "Yeah, and they didn't find it, and I'll see you tomorrow." That's not how this ends. They found Cupcake. Superintendent Dan says it made us feel pretty good. No one wants to be without their stuffy, and the smile on her face said it all. Congratulations, Charlotte. Dad, you better make this up somehow. And those are your 5 good news stories for today. If you enjoyed the program, tell a friend about it. They might like it too. Share it on social media. It'll help grow the show. I appreciate you all. Have an awesome day.